remember we had the gruesome murder of the district health officer of Masindi, and we initially started by arresting the wife, that is Cherotic Betty, and we dispatched a homicide team from CID headquarters to go and support as well as coordinate the investigations. In the course of last week, our CID teams, in coordination with the territorial teams, as well as the flying squad, managed to arrest a second suspect who was a contract killer, a murder suspect hired by Cherotic Betty. Then we also managed to get the third suspect, that is the second contract killer who was also hired by Cherotic Betty, was also arrested. So we managed to thoroughly and swiftly carry out investigations and arrested the trio, that is the wife and two other suspects who were contracted to kill the district health officer. So the statement we are releasing is that our Directorate of CID, of course in coordination with Elgon Region, CP Region, Albertine Region, and Masindi Police, together with Flying Squad, have in custody the second prime suspect who was hired by Cherotic Betty, the wife to the late Dr. Abiriga to murder the husband. Now this third suspect who was arrested is identified as Namoreng Joshua, a 36-year-old builder of Tarobia village, Manang sub-county in Bukwo, which now brings the total number of suspects arrested in the brutal murder of Dr. Abiriga to 3. Like I indicated, Cherotic Betty, the wife, aged 31, Kipsang Martin, alias Chesebe, a 34-year-old carpenter of Roruk village, Amanang sub-county in Bukwo district. The trio conspired and murdered the doctor. Now the background that we have out of the investigations gathered indicate that the couple started staying together as husband and wife in 2019, and they were blessed with a 9-month-old baby after the loss of their firstborn and also after a miscarriage of twins. So it was established that the plot to murder the deceased began after Cherotic Betty learned about a second relationship that her husband had with a lady called Atuhura Suzan in Masindi. And of course, as a result, she first hatched a plot to kill her concubine or co-wife. And the first attempt was by setting fire on her house, which was put off by neighbours. That matter remained under investigation. Again, on the 11th of December 2023, she hired Kipsang Martin at a cost of 2.5 million to help her kill her co-wife or the concubine to the doctor, and which Kipsang Martin agreed to. So 1 week after that, was on the 18th of December, she sent 500,000 to Kipsang Martin to come and target Atuhura Suzan for elimination. Now this murder plot also failed on the 18th of December, after the intended victim, that is Suzan, failed to appear at the location where they expected her to be. So it was a result of those two failed murder plots against her co-wife that she shifted and plotted to murder her husband, whom he accused, first of all, for the death of their firstborn, the miscarriage of their twins. And she also was angered that the husband, that is the late doctor, would always insult her for being a bad performer sexually. So she therefore tasked Kipsang Martin to find a second person to help her murder her husband. And on the 26th of December, Kipsang, together with Namoreng Joshua, came to accomplish their mission, which also failed after the doctor woke up and closed the door. She had left the door open for them to enter and eliminate the doctor. That was on the 26th of December. Now, the two contract killers, Kipsang and Nyamureng, returned to Bukwo, and again on the 6th of January 2024, she put much pressure on them to return and execute their mission. That's how they now left Bukwo and reached Masindi on the 6th of January around midday. They booked at Valentine Guest House. So during the night, she alerted them that the husband was deep asleep. So they found the gate open. She led them into the bedroom. They had two, you know, the handhold sticks. They had two of them. So they found when the victim was asleep, and they hit him on the head with the handhold stick, dragged the body to the floor, and then they slit the throat of the late doctor. They also inflicted additional injuries on the head and on the other parts of the body. So the three suspects cleaned the body, the dead body. They dressed it in the red t-shirt and blue trouser, then carried it on a stretcher, some small ladder, and dumped it 50 meters away. And of course, after the murder, the two male suspects returned to Valentine Guest House, where they dumped the blood-stained clothes in a pit latrine and left Masindi municipality on the 7th of January at 5:30 a.m. So that is basically how the murder plot was hatched and how it was actually implemented. So we managed to trace Kipsang Martin and Namoreng Joshua from Bukwo, arrested them and transferred them to Masindi for further court action. All the three suspects admitted participating in the murder. We reconstructed the scenes together with them. Several tangible exhibits were recovered, which included the two hoe handles which we recovered from Bulia Sojo cell. We recovered shoes of the deceased with the suspect, clothes of the suspects which they had on that day of the murder. We retrieved a bag from the latrine at Valentine Guest House. It had a pillow cover, a mopping rag, work ID for the deceased, and several other blood-stained clothes. All samples were submitted to the Forensic Directorate for further analysis. So the IGP has uploaded the team of CID experts headed by the Deputy Director, Crime Investigations. They put up so many hours into assembling the evidence within a very short time. He also thanked the teams from Flying Squad, Albertine Region, Elgon and CP regions, the forensics teams, and our police at Masindi, who were ultimately responsible for bringing the suspects to book. We've also noticed that much as women are the most frequent victims in family murders, there is an increase in murders of husbands and men by women. The wife of the deceased played a key role in the cold-blooded, calculated and premeditated murder of the husband. Like always, we continue to urge spouses, lovers, and families in toxic relationships to always seek assistance from our child and family protection units. The probation officers are there to really prevail over families. We have elders within within the different clans who can always prevail over misunderstandings within the family. Also local leaders. This is important before it is too late, like in this situation. So these three suspects are scheduled to appear in court for murder and related conspiracies. But one of the suspects, that is Namoreng, is also being investigated in a series of murders that have been occurring in the CP region. So basically, that is what I can share with you as far as that investigation is concerned.